Alright guys, so we're back for another Dokkan Battle video, and they dropped a bomb on us in the middle of the night last night. Very surprising. This is something they haven't really done too often. They did this back in April with Turles, but they actually revealed much of the info about what's about to show up on Dokkan through the Dokkan official Twitter, right? We have not had a data download yet. I would say chances are very high that the data download will be later on tonight. But they did show us there is indeed a new Metal Cooler Dokkan Fest. If you guys have been watching my videos recently, you know I've been talking about the possibility of that. The French data miners did seem to leak the possibility that a Metal Cooler was going to be the next Dokkan Fest, and sure enough, it was true. Metal Cooler is the next Dokkan Fest. We have info for the new LR free-to-play Vegeta. There's other Metal Cooler movie characters like Piccolo and Super Saiyan Vegeta. And then we also have news of a Dragon Ball category leader, an LR Kid Goku, who will be coming to Dokkan very soon. So there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. Let's jump into it. Let's start, of course, with Metal Cooler. I think Metal Cooler is probably the most significant of all of the info here. Definitely the best unit. The LR Vegeta is not bad, but I think the Trunks is definitely superior. We'll see. You know, the Vegeta, when Pure Saiyans gets a category Super Battle Road stage, we'll see how useful that Super Saiyan Vegeta can be. Because, I mean, he is like the best regular Super Saiyan Vegeta in the game. There is that, right? So he at least could be useful, I think. So, first thing, prior notice that there's going to be a new Metal Cooler Dokkan event. I don't have a problem with this. It's just I don't like the timing. They did just give us the LR Metal Cooler core. Now, one thing that's very important here, we'll open up the Strongest Clan in Space link real quick. Metal Cooler, the Dokkan Fest Metal Cooler, is the Strongest Clan in Space or Frieza category leader. So, all of these units will be the category. It's a bit restrictive, but it's not as bad as you're going to think. I'll show you guys why in a second here. This LR Metal Cooler right here can be used alongside the new Dokkan Fest Metal Cooler, because this guy's a Metal Cooler core, whereas the normal Metal Cooler is just Metal Cooler. The one thing that is very unfortunate is this Metal Cooler is so good and would be so good for the team, but now he just does not have a spot available. Like, you can't use this guy along with the AGL Metal Cooler, and he would have been so impressive for the team. But this brings to light how important this guy is going to be. The free-to-play GT Frieza right here. I will be rainbowing this guy, and I'm probably going to be tossing him onto my Frieza race category team, because this guy is pretty good. He could stun. He's got solid links. Support units are always going to be good. The other thing, too, is this Metal Cooler is Extreme AGL, and he does give a buff to Extreme AGL units. So Turles you can run on the team. Turles is a must for this team. The 3-key 40% attack will be paramount, because I've heard that this Metal Cooler's links are not really the greatest. Now, in terms of when are we going to get all this stuff, it's likely that the Dokkan event, let's take a look at the calendar here. I think it's very, it's hard to tell. I think the 31st is possible, but if you guys notice, they did take away our ability to see for sure right here, this. Before, you know, it would give us an end date for this notice in the news, so we would know, oh, okay, that right there, that is when this will go live, but they took that away, so we don't really know. I'm guessing 2 days in the future is likely, so we could get this on the night of the 31st, and it would be like, you know, the first in Japan, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I would say the latest we would probably get this stuff is Friday. So, you know, we'll kind of see what does end up happening. Now, moving on, again, we looked at the Strongest Clan in Space. Again, this is the new category. So this Metal Cooler, right? His leader skill is Strongest Clan in Space category 3-key, and then 170% to all stats. So this team is going to be insane. Like transforming Frieza, the STR final form Frieza is going to be a nightmare here. Full power Frieza, cooler. See, that's the thing. It's not a weak category. There's just not a ton of units here. But a lot of these units are just incredibly powerful. This isn't going to be a great free-to-play category, though, because, of course, Dokkan Fest exclusive, brand new, unit that's going to be in the general pool. Dokkan Fest exclusive. You guys kind of get my point here. A lot of these are exclusive, so this is certainly not a very friendly free-to-play category. And then, Turles, who I think is a must-use for this team, is another Dokkan Fest exclusive. So that's really good, though. He does immense, lowers attack and defense. So he gets an 80% attack and defensive buff at the start of turn, so just like Super Buu does. And then he gets 10% attack for every attack received, up to a max of 70%, so that'll take him up to 150% attack. And then he recovers 7% HP at the end of the turn. And then, like Tapion, he'll undergo a transformation when his HP is 50% or lower. Doesn't seem to be a permanent transformation, rather Great Ape-esque, has Giant as a leader skill. So that's the thing. This Metal Cooler, he's on 4 categories. The Frieza Race category, Movie Boss, Giant, and Revived Warriors. He's not on the Enhanced Transformation category, and he's not a typical transformation unit. This is actually a Great Ape-style transformation, and not a, Android 21 or Blue Vegeta or something transformation. That's not what he is. So, I mean, here's the thing. That with the updates they've made to Great Apes, with crits and additionals, they don't fuck up your rotations, the usefulness and Super Battle Road Extreme Z Awakening modes, Dokkan Battlefield, this Metal Cooler is going to be crazy, man. The Giant category team gets a lot better with this guy on there. Like, a lot, like, that Giant category team, if they keep putting units like this on there, that could be a lot more of a usable team. I like this Metal Cooler a lot. Very, very powerful, and you cannot underrate how ridiculous this team is going to be. The way these units will link up with each other, it's going to be a very consistent and very powerful team. And again, I can't wait to see what this STR Frieza does on a rotation. This Frieza, linked up with maybe the transforming Frieza when he's in his final form, and then AGL Turles on the rotation. Could this Frieza hit a 4 million attack stat on a 170% attack buff category lead? I don't know. Probably not, but he could get really damn high. So I'm very intrigued by Metal Cooler. Now, this event right here, the Metal Cooler story event, is going to be getting a revamp. That's very interesting. There is going to be a new SSR Metal Cooler. Okay, so you'll be able to farm Metal Cooler super attack. That's very nice. And new SSR Robot Soldiers will be available as well. Very, very interesting. I wonder if these guys might awaken or something. If you guys remember, this is a very, very old story event. I actually did a video on this just a shade under 2 years ago now. And after you get to the end of that story event, it does kind of leave you with a cliffhanger, like, oh, what's going to happen? And then we just, this has probably been out for like 3 years now, and there's just no info on it. Well, they're going to revamp it, new SSRs, new medals, I'm sure. Going to be very interesting, kind of like what they did with the Bardock event revamp. Dokkan, again, I love what Dokkan's doing, making these old story events more useful and stuff. I'd say another thing they've done is some of these old story events have also gotten category drop rate buffs. So it's very possible that this, will get a drop rate buff from the Namekian category, or possibly the Frieza Race category, or the Movie Boss category would get increased drops from this event. Very, very possible. We have 2 other new units. We have a Tech Super Saiyan Vegeta and an SCR Piccolo from the Cooler movie. Again, this to me is setting us up for a movie hero category led by very likely Gogeta from the Broly movie. So do keep an eye out for that, guys. I kind of view the movie hero category as like an arc or a saga, right? Like the movie villains is an arc or saga. So the Family Kamehameha units that are in the Majin Buu arc category, the Bio Broly units that are in the Majin Buu arc category, I actually could see them being removed from the Boo Saga category and placed into the movie hero category when that does come out in the future. We have seen them do this before with Global. They took out the Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta from the category. I think that will probably happen. They will split up because it never made sense. Like, why are the Family Kamehameha units on the Boo Arc category? But, then, like, Broly's not in here. Like, why is the 18 and Goten and Trunks in here, but Bio Broly's not in there? It's just very weird. If they just, split it into two categories, it'll make a lot more sense. I do actually hope they do that. And a movie hero category would be really fun. All right, so this Super Saiyan Vegeta. Let's see. He is a Super Saiyan, so could you... Nah, you're not going to be able to easily farm this guy now that I'm thinking about it, because here's the thing. Here, let me open up this. I actually just want to take a quick look at Super Saiyan Vegeta again, because we know for sure, we got confirmation that the LR is a base form Vegeta in SSR and TUR form. So, we're not going to be able to see, like, an easily farmed Super Saiyan Vegeta. Well, okay, you do have the summonable... Oh, okay, I'm glad I looked it up. From the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta event, you can farm up Super Saiyan Vegetas. Okay. That's why, in the back of my head, I was like, there's got to be something there. Okay, so you can easily farm up Super Saiyan Vegeta. He does supreme damage with a high chance to stun. That's interesting. That'll be good for the Pure Saiyan category, which he's on. Maybe he could help, some players in terms of beating that when that does come out. High chance to stun, pretty good. Passive, nothing's impossible. Own attack and defense 100%. When HP is 80% or below, 2 key and further attack 20%. And then when HP is 50% or below, further 2 key and attack 50%. So he'll get a 170% attack buff and 4 key and 100 defense from his passive. Very good. He does seem made for, like, a very good Super Battle Road type unit. Oh, he's another nuking leader, too. Interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. His links are Golden Warriors, Super Saiyan, Prodigies, Saiyan Pride, Royal Lineage, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle. So they're giving us 2 new Super Saiyan Vegetas. Okay. And then the category is the Pure Saiyan. Not bad. He is definitely pretty good. There also is a Piccolo here. I've got kind of limited info, but it's fine. So he's SCR type, attack 33% for every SCR key sphere collected. Beautiful. You don't have to use the Kid Goku anymore when he might transform. He does supreme damage to all enemies. This Piccolo is an AoE unit. That's good. More AoE units is always a good thing. Attack and defense 100%. And when there are 2 or more enemies, 6 key and 30% to attack and defense. So he's going to be good for the World Tournament. No doubt about that. An STR team has many AoEs on it now. You got Broly, you got Arale, you got Piccolo. I like it. They're giving us just more options all over the place, which is nice. The only thing that is unfortunate is, well, I mean, obviously, but this is just Piccolo. His name is just Piccolo. Really, the place where the ball was dropped is that, like, the Piccolo that fuses into Nail card, if only that was called, like, Piccolo and Nail, that would have been very beneficial to everyone at that point, because it would have been very easy, to run him on the Namekian category along with another, normal Piccolo and stuff, but they didn't actually give us that option. The Namekian category is so small, we really would benefit from having, like, other, like Piccolo characters with different names, like kind of what they did with Gotenks and Ghost. Alright, so next we have the Prime Battle LR Vegeta. It's crazy. There's so much stuff going on all of a sudden. Crazy how October was so limited for JP, and now all of a sudden November is going to be insane, because we're also going to get the Dragon Ball Heroes stuff in a couple weeks. So just a lot going on. I presume the Prime Battle will probably go up the day before the Dokkan Fest Metal Cooler does, the same way that LR Trunks went up a day before Future Gohan. So, we'll see about that. I could see this guy coming out on the 31st, and then maybe Metal Cooler comes out on the 1st. That might be how this works. Okay, so this Super Saiyan Vegeta, he's interesting. So, of course, they have to give these LRs, flat passive buffs. 15,000 attack, 20,000 defense. Then for 4 turns after being attacked, additional 15,000 attack and perform 2 additional attacks. Just looking at that, plus knowing how good LR Rainbow stats are, this Super Saiyan Vegeta should be very usable in Super Battle Road. I don't think it'll be as good as the LR Trunks is, the free-to-play AGL LR Trunks, but I do think this LR Vegeta will be very helpful in Super Battle Road. His defense will be high enough for him to really be able to guard quite well. He is a Pure Saiyan's free-to-play category leader, which is nice. So now there are, 2 free-to-play Pure Saiyan category leaders. This guy, as well as the SCR Kaioken Goku. His 12 key is Colossal, 18 key Mega Colossal, and greatly raised attack for 1 turn. His only category is Pure Saiyan. He's got Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Shattering Limit, Legendary Power, Royal Lineage, Saiyan Warrior Race, and Brainiacs. It might not be Brainiacs, we'll see. But, alright, so this Vegeta does do additionals. He would have a 30,000 attack buff, which is fine. But the problem for me, only 4 turns after being attacked, that's very small. They don't give you a large window for him for normal events. I think for Super Battle Road, you'll be fine. Because, again, most of those fights don't really last very long, besides, 3, 4, 5, 6 turns. So I think this Vegeta will be very good for Super Battle Road. So that will make him worth it for free-to-play players, even for whales. I think, his defensive ability will make him a real asset when the Pure Saiyans category gets a Super Battle Road category stage. So I'm pleased with the Vegeta. I do still think they could have made him a little better, but, we'll see once he's actually released into the game. And then the very last thing here, another new thing, we have a new story event. Now, this is actually the very first Dragon Ball movie, Curse of the Blood Rupees, looks like it's going to get a story event. There is an AGL farmable Kid Goku right here, who's an SR, who will be able to awaken all the way to an LR. That's very, very interesting to me. A new LR Kid Goku is here. Looks like this is maybe a similar thing to what LR Vegito Blue was. In this first event, he'll be able to awaken up to an SSR, and then I think there's going to be a new story event in the future where we'll be able to keep awakening him. So, looks like they are going to go back to Dragon Ball and give it a little bit, of a buff, do some stuff with Dragon Ball. I literally just recorded a video yesterday I did not put up yet, where I awakened the SCR Kid Goku and talked about how badly I want to see a Dragon Ball category, yada, 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 and boom, now here we are the next day and we're getting it. But looking at the Dragon Ball category, it's very, very weak. We need significant buffs here. Like, there are so many units they got to give us. This Tien has to be awakened. LR-Tien is not a part of the category because once LR-Tien awakens all the way to LR, it's from the Saiyan Saga, Tien and Chaozu. It's just very bare bones here. They've never really given us a lot of Dragon Ball characters, and they really could. They could give us Krillin, they could give us all those characters, very usable, very good characters. Hopefully, this is kind of like a journey to give us a good Dragon Ball category. And this Goku, once he is LR, he is going to be a Dragon Ball category leader. So, we'll see how that eventually does look. Maybe they'll give us an LR King Piccolo as well, which obviously would greatly benefit the category. I think LR King Piccolo could be pretty good. But there we go, guys. There's all the new stuff coming to JP sometime this week. A lot of it. Very exciting. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all whenever this drops. We're probably going to get a daily download either tonight or tomorrow, by the way. So keep a lookout, and I'll catch y'all next time.